Hi guys, I'm George Perez with Porsche Riverside, and I'm standing here with our one-of-one Oslo Blue 911 Turbo S. So just like I said, guys, this is a one-of-one in the entire world. This is the only Turbo S in Oslo Blue. It is a paint to sample color, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It has a little bit of a teal shade, mostly blue, but it looks absolutely beautiful. Signifying that it is a 911 Turbo, you have your dual LED turning signals here. You do have your lower chin spoiler in Oslo Blue. Remember, with the different spoilers, that front lip will actually come down, and it does say Turbo S on it. You have your LED headlights. This does have PDLS Plus, being a Turbo S. So you have your LEDs in the 4 points, and they also move around on the roads to give you better visibility. Taking a look at the center lock wheels, you do have your 20-inch Turbo S wheels. These are standard on the Turbo S, so you do have your center lock here. Does come with a nice little wheel lock that comes in the front trunk, and then you have the huge carbon ceramic brakes. These are 6-piston calipers in the front with 2-piece carbon ceramic rotors, and let me tell you, they are touchy. A nice little added feature in your Turbo S, when you do get keyless entry, if you want to open your trunk, it's a nice little simple touch right here in the middle of the bumper. Pops it up right there for you, and now you have easy access inside of your trunk. There is nice space in here for groceries, different bags for different trips, and then right here on the hood you have your very beautiful Porsche crest. Now, when we were designing this car with Porsche, we wanted to do something that really highlighted the color. No different accents to break it up, no tacky black colors. So we went ahead and did our sport design mirrors in Oslo Blue as well. So as you can see now, the whole mirror is painted in the paint to sample color. And taking a look at the back, this is where the Turbo S really stands out. You have your sport design side skirts here, which show off the Oslo Blue color. And then when you come to back here, we also did our air scoops in Oslo Blue. Now, these are normally a plastic finish, or you can get them in an exterior color. Some people also choose a high gloss black, but we wanted to do the Oslo Blue here and keep it on the door handles. You do have your oversized rear fenders, being a Turbo S, which is a nice wide body and really gives it huge sizing in the back. So the 911 Turbo S is really where it starts with function meets styling. So as you can see, you have your aggressive intakes here that goes straight into the engine. They are able to be painted in an exterior color. And then down below these aggressive center lock wheels, you get turbo vents. This is a nice little way to tell how you can see if it's a 911 Turbo from regular cars or if it's turbocharged. You'll notice the air venting in here, which kind of shows off the turbocharged motor. You also have a little fun fact is all of our turbos come with square exhaust tips. Most are actually round, but on our 911 turbos, our Cayenne turbos, Macan turbos, we all do square tips. Now, as you can see, the safety, you do have parking sensors here all along the rear bumper. And then to highlight the Oslo Blue, you also have the rear valance painted in Oslo Blue. This is all tied in with our black exhaust tips and our silver emblems, which really give it a nice little stylish cue. The 911 Turbo S, boy, does this have a special place in my heart. I'm a big gearhead myself, so I love cars in general, but this is one of the cars that is just so perfect in every form. It's truly amazing. So as we drive right now, we're going through regular bumps and different little city adventures, and the 911 Turbo S, it does have 580 horsepower, 516 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. But the nice part is if you're just in regular mode, keep the suspension off, you're really comfortable. This is a perfect daily driver. You can get around town in this. It gets pretty good gas mileage with the twin turbo setup. So it's really, really nice. And if you really want to get some kind of thrill in your everyday commute, Sport Plus or Sport Mode is really going to liven up every single day driving. The nice part and the quirky things of the 911 Turbo S is you can see the oversized fenders through your mirrors, which is really, really nice. You have tons of visibility through the back mirrors, which shows off kind of how nice design this is really. So inside, the nice part is all the controls are at our touch of a hand. So if I need to make any switches to my driving modes, it's a quick couple flicks. If I need to change any radio controls or volume, it's right here. The nice part is I have tons of info here. So if I'm just cruising to work, I can get my turn-by-turn navigation. If I'm doing more performance driving, I can do my sport chrono and do my lap timers. If I want to show off how many G's I'm pulling in my car, I can. And then the nice little touch too is you can see actually where your torque is going. So this is all-wheel drive all the time, but you can see the split. Right now, for example, we're 80-20, and as I add throttle to it, it kind of starts changing. So as you can see, it adds more torque to the front, and that really gives off the feeling that you're so stable. This is one of the easiest cars to drive and control. Everything's very easy to maneuver. This does have power steering plus, which really livens up the steering wheel. It makes it a little bit lighter, but really gives you nice feedback as you drive. The very nice part is if you just want to one-hand it and relax, you're very much comfortable. And then the driving position when you're really trying to get a firm grip is really, really valuable. You really get a sense that you're kind of in a race car, but you're also in an everyday driver, which gives you that flexibility to kind of drive very much comfortably and progress as you drive it. So here we are on the inside, and the first thing you see right away is your beautiful carbon fiber illuminated door sills. So as you can see, they're illuminated and they say Turbo S. Now, a fun little thing with Porsches, you can actually get those door sills in anything you want. You can personalize them with any fun little slogan you have, your name. I've seen people do signatures, tons of little stuff to really stand out when you're making cars like these that are one of ones. We have the beautiful carbon fiber trim all over the interior, which really kind of ties in this all black leather interior really together. Now, the nice part is on the turbo models, it's standard with full leather, so you really don't have to pay for the upgrade, and you can kind of pick nice little strategic colors. We have our GT Sport wheel here, so as you can see, you can tell it by these little rivets, and then you also have the multi-function in the wheel. So in case I want to change my volume, if I want to go through my different car controls, I can do it right here at the touch of a button. Now this is all tied in with the Sport Chrono, and some people wonder how the Sport Chrono works. So you have your regular mode, you have your Sport, so you can see the idle changes a little slightly, and then you have your Sport Plus. Now this is really where you're going to get all of your performance, all of your power, but if you're really looking to kind of cruise around the streets and go a little bit quicker than you're supposed to, then Sport mode is right there for you. So down here you also have your driving controls and your air conditioning. Now just like a standard 911, you have your dual climate control, your heated and ventilated seats, your defrosters, and then down here this is where the Turbo S really starts shining. You have your 7-speed PDK, which is basically a manual gearbox with no clutch pedal. It's 7 speeds, lightning quick, and you do have your paddle shifters here in case you want to manually shift. You have your hazards and your lock. And then with the 911 Turbo S, you get Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control, which really ties into your sway bars in the rear, as well as helps with the four-wheel steering in the rear to kind of bring better balance. The four-wheel steering will actually work against you, so if I steer left, they'll go right, which kind of tightens the U-turn. And then if I'm going high speeds on a track, it'll turn with me to give me better driving angles. You also have your spoilers. Now the 911 Turbo and Turbo S has a front chin spoiler too that's extendable. That gives more downforce on the front end and really makes the car fly. You can also change your traction control, so if you do any kind of launch controls, you want to put the traction in sport mode, not off. That'll allow for small wheel slippage and give you the most performance in your launch. Nice little touches in this interior are the Alcantara headliner, which is standard for all 911s, but it is going to end with the 991.2. The 992 will not have standard Alcantara, so if you do like Alcantara, this will be the last year it's free. Back here you have your Porsche crest on the headrest. You do have it in full leather, which is nice. And then the nice little touch is on the back of the seats. You can actually customize this. You can do it in the custom color from the exterior. You can do them in a one-off different color. We chose to wrap them in leather, which really gives it a nice little classy touch to the seats. You have your center consoles, which fit your smartphone with their USB. And then in case you do trickle charging at home, meaning you park it at home for long times, you can plug it into the 12 volt here, which allows you to charge the car and make sure the battery doesn't die. On the Turbo S, you have a little different gauge cluster in the middle. It just shows your RPMs a little bit better. And then in every one of our Porsches, you have your personalized model designation right there in the center cluster. Now you also have your Sport Chrono. Sport Chrono is a nice little feature because you can actually use it as a lap timer too. Most people don't know that it's analog and it's chronological, so I'll reset it, I'll start it, and as you can see now I can do my lap times. Now this is huge because it's at the touch of a button, so even if I'm on the track and I'm going really fast, I can stop it, I can change laps, and then if I reset it, it just turns into a clock again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, make sure to hit subscribe, like, and turn your notifications on. And if you want to check out or own a 101 just like this, check us out at PorscheRiverside.com. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day.